So you've probably seen it everywhere. On your phone, on your laptop, and in your favorite apps. It's called dark mode. This feature changes the look of your screen. Instead of the usual black text on a white background, it flips everything around. You get light-colored text like white or gray on a black or dark gray background. It's a simple idea, but it completely changes the feel of your device. Many people turn it on as soon as they get a new phone. It has become a standard feature that users expect to see in every new operating system update and application. The popularity of a dark mode isn't a mystery. There are a few big reasons why so many people prefer it. First, it looks really cool. The dark backgrounds make colors and photos pop. It gives your phone a sleek, modern, and sophisticated appearance that many find very attractive. Second, there's a big belief that it saves battery life, especially on phones with OLED screens. OLED displays work by lighting up individual pixels. When the background is black, those pixels are simply turned off, which means they are not using any power. This can lead to a noticeable increase in how long your battery lasts. Another major reason people switch to dark mode is the idea that it's better for your eyes. We hear this all the time. The theory is that a darker screen produces less bright light. This is supposed to reduce eye strain, especially when you are using your phone in a dark room, like when you're in bed at night. The bright white light of a standard screen can feel very harsh in low light conditions. Dark mode seems like a perfect solution to this problem. It feels more comfortable and less like you are staring directly into a bright lamp. Because of these reasons, the cool look, the battery savings, and the promise of less eye strain, dark mode has become incredibly popular. Tech companies have listened to users. Now almost every major operating system from iOS to Android offers a system-wide dark mode. Popular apps like Instagram, Twitter, and WhatsApp have also added it as an option. It's become a feature that people actively look for. But the question we need to ask is this: is it really as good as we all think it is? The answer might be more complicated than you expect. Even though dark mode is popular, it comes with some significant problems. One of the biggest issues is that it can actually make text harder to read for many people. Think about how we have read things for centuries. We read dark ink on light paper. Our eyes are naturally used to this format. When you switch to dark mode, you are reading light text on a dark background. This can cause the letters to appear blurry or less sharp. The edges of the white letters can seem to bleed into the black background, making it difficult for your eyes to focus clearly. This difficulty in reading can lead directly to another problem: eye strain. It might seem strange because dark mode is often promoted as a way to reduce eye strain. However, for many users, it can have the opposite effect. When text is harder to focus on, your eyes have to work much harder. You might find yourself squinting or needing to hold the phone closer to your face. Over time, this extra effort can cause your eyes to feel tired, sore, or even lead to headaches. This is especially true if you are reading long articles or messages on your phone. Another clear disadvantage of dark mode appears when you use your phone in a bright environment. Imagine you are outside on a sunny day. The bright daylight makes it very difficult to see a dark screen. The reflections on the glass can wash out the display, making the light-colored text almost impossible to read. You will probably need to turn your screen brightness all the way up just to see anything. This completely cancels out any battery savings you might have gotten from using dark mode in the first place. Light mode, with its bright white background, is much easier to see in these situations. Let's consider a simple example. You are trying to read an important email while walking outside during your lunch break. The sun is shining brightly. If your phone is in dark mode, you will likely struggle to make out the words. You might miss important information because the screen is too dim and full of glare. In contrast, if your phone were in light mode, the black text on the white background would be much more clear and legible, even in the bright sun. This shows how the environment you're in plays a big role in whether dark mode is a good choice. To understand why dark mode can be tough on the eyes, we need to talk about something called the halation effect. This is what happens when you look at light-colored text on a dark background. The bright letters can appear to glow or blur into the dark screen. This effect makes the edges of the letters seem fuzzy and undefined. It forces your pupils to work harder to focus on the text, which can lead to that feeling of eye strain and fatigue we talked about. It's like trying to read a neon sign up close. The bright light can be overwhelming and hard to focus on. This problem is even worse for people who have a common eye condition called astigmatism. A lot of people have some degree of astigmatism and might not even know it. Astigmatism means that the front part of your eye, the cornea, has a slightly irregular shape. This irregularity affects how light enters your eye, which can make things look blurry. When someone with astigmatism looks at white text on a black background, the halation effect can be much stronger. The light from the text scatters more inside their eye, making the text appear very blurry and distorted. Think of it like this. For an eye without astigmatism, reading white text on a black background might be like looking at a candle flame in a dark room. It's bright, and the edges might be a little fuzzy. For an eye with astigmatism, it's more like looking at the same candle flame through a piece of glass with water spots on it. The light scatters in all directions, creating streaks and blurs that make it very difficult to see the flame's true shape. This is why many people with astigmatism find dark mode extremely uncomfortable and prefer light mode for clarity. So while dark mode might feel soothing at first glance, the science shows it can create real challenges for our vision. The halation effect and the added difficulty for those with astigmatism are not just minor inconveniences. They can directly impact your ability to read comfortably and efficiently on your device. This is a key reason why light mode, with its crisp black text on a white background, remains the standard for reading. It minimizes these visual distortions and provides a clearer, more stable reading experience for the majority of people's eyes. So what's the best way to use your phone without hurting your eyes? The answer isn't just about choosing between light mode and dark mode. It's about creating a healthier relationship with your screen. One simple tip is to adjust your screen's brightness to match the light around you. If you are in a bright room, your screen should be brighter. If you are in a dark room, you should lower the brightness. Most phones have an auto brightness feature that does this for you. Using it can make a huge difference in reducing eye strain, no matter which mode you use. Another great tip is to follow the 20-20-20 rule. This rule is very easy to remember. Every 20 minutes you spend looking at a screen, you should take a 20-second break and look at something that is at least 20 feet away. This simple exercise helps your eye muscles to relax. It prevents them from getting locked into one position for too long, which is a major cause of digital eye strain. You can set a timer to remind you to take these short breaks. It seems small, but it can provide significant relief for tired eyes throughout the day. For most people, using light mode during the day and switching to a warmer, less blue light at night is the best approach. Light mode is generally better for reading and for use in well-lit environments. It provides the best contrast and clarity. At night, instead of switching to dark mode, you can use your phone's night shift or eye comfort shield feature. This setting reduces the amount of blue light coming from your screen and gives it a warmer yellowish tint. This is much easier on the eyes in the dark and can also help you sleep better. In the end, the debate isn't about dark mode being bad and light mode being good. It's about understanding what works best for your own eyes and your situation. For the majority of users, especially during the daytime, light mode offers superior readability and causes less strain. Dark mode can be useful in very specific situations like a movie theater, but it shouldn't be your default setting if you value clarity. By managing your screen brightness, taking regular breaks, and using night shift features, you can create a much more comfortable and sustainable phone experience.